Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Get Rich 101. I'm your host. My name is Sekou Writes, and here is my book. Where's my book? Here's my book. Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. It's a tremendous book. It's a tremendous book. And I would read an excerpt from today, but as you saw, today we got a special guest. Here she is, the special guest, Reverend Mel. And let me give you a drum roll, and I'm gonna bring her on. And here we go.
Hey.
Hey, Reverend Mel. Hey, Reverend Mel.
Hey.
So let me do this before I forget. Thanks to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space and opportunity to be here, to grow. And you doing it with both of us. Doing this both with us because you did it with her first and did it with me later. So yeah, thank you to New Thought Media Network. And here we go.
Here we go.
So for people who were listening a little bit yesterday, or who missed the episode yesterday, I was saying that I went to church, and Reverend Mel is a pastor, and I was talking about how in the car ride back, she started talking about debt, and I was like, she just was talking like fast, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, you said what now? You said what? And then she went back over, and I was like, you did that? And I was just amazed by it. And so I just want to start off by saying it took her 3 times. It took her 3 times to get it right. And now she's got it right so that she can teach us so we can get it right the first time.
All right.
Reverend Mel, I'll turn it over to you. Let's find out about credit cards.
All right. So we started this conversation a week or so ago. And do you want me to kind of recap that? Like, give me an entry point.
Well, you know what? Let's make your entry point me, because I have a zero balance credit card, and I have been talking to you about what I should do with it. Now, I had no idea what I was going to do with it before talking to you, but now I feel like I need to call them and get a lower insurance rate, and then I need to use the card so that I don't lose the card. And that's a new concept for you. So tell me where I should start with the zero balance credit card.
All right. So one of the things that I was sharing with Sekou is what credit card companies will do at some point if you don't use your credit card. And I don't know what the cutoff point is, but at some point, it could be years, they will close your account because you're inactive. And what happens when your credit card account gets closed, it could have a negative impact on your overall credit score.
How did you find out this? How did you find this out?
Okay. So I was going into one of my accounts. You could go into any of your banking accounts, any of your if you're in a credit union, and it tells you everything that I'm about to tell you. You just have to read.
Wow.
So let me give you this information. So the reason why, let me go back to why it could have a negative impact on your credit score.
Right.
So let's say that credit card that you have a zero balance for, your credit limit is $5,000.
And by the way, I've been so proud of myself for holding the zero balance. I'm holding a zero balance credit card. I've been proud of that. Now I'm finding out it's not the right thing to do.
Me too. I was as well, and until one of the credit card companies closed my account for it being inactive.
Mm.
So it didn't impact my credit score because at that time all of my credit cards were at a zero balance. However, if you have if all of your credit usage is above 30%, you with me?
Yeah.
If you have credit cards and your credit usage is above 30%, it will have a negative impact on your credit score.
Okay. Now I didn't get this until you explained this to me in multiple times on Sunday. So I'm gonna ask people to get this. So what she's saying is, correct me if I'm wrong, is you get $1,000 credit card, right? Their limit for you is $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to figure out what 30% of 1,000 is, and that is your limit for that credit
Yes.
card. 35%. What?
Yes. Yes. That's a wonderful way to look at it. So whatever they say your credit limit is, you establish your own credit limit of no more than 30%.
Crazy.
What I established for myself is no more than 20%. So whatever my credit is, I make sure that I don't spend more than 20% of that credit limit. And I make sure that I pay off the full amount before the end of the month.
Okay.
I set intentions to pay it off as soon as they open it up for me to do so. Because what credit card companies do is, and most of them, I'm not going to say all of them. Oh, and let me just say this. Let me say this disclaimer. I am not a credit card budget debt advisor.
We are not financial advisors. We're just talking about what we've done for ourselves. I forgot.
Yes.
Reminding me to give that statement.
Yes.
Take what we say, add your salt, and mix it, and put it in the mix, and do not blame us.
That's right. So I'm just sharing what I have learned from going through this 3 times, what I have learned that worked for me.
3 times, y'all.
3 times. I have paid off all my credit cards, had zero balances, and then charged them up again.
Ooh.
Then I paid it off, and then I charged it up again.
Yeah.
And then I paid it off, and the 3rd time I did not charge them up again because I had a shift. I had to sit myself down and really get clear about why I was doing this. And why I was doing this for me was because I am living my life in joy. And having this credit card debt didn't feel like joy to me.
Right. It did not feel like joy. It
didn't feel like joy.
Right.
And so I am vigilant about paying attention to the things that I say, do in my life that are in alignment with my feeling tone, my state of being, which is joy to the best of my ability. Credit card debt was not a feeling tone. It was not a vibration of joy for me.
Yeah.
So that was the shift.
Okay.
Right.
So having that revelation was a shift.
Yes. Me having that revelation was a shift. And joy is a priority in my life. So that alone for me was enough for me to change my behavior.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I want to share this. What affects your credit? I'm reading this. I'm reading this to you from my Navy Federal Credit Union app. So if you got online banking, you have this information. What affects your credit? Your payment history. It has to be excellent. That will affect your credit, right? That is the number one thing. Payment history. Do not be late. Even if you're only paying the minimum, don't be late. Oh, wait, it just closed. Hold on.
Well, I'm just tripping off that what you said thus far. And what is the difference between getting a credit union, a Navy credit union, and a regular bank? Like, what's that? Why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that?
Okay. So I do have a regular bank account,
Okay.
but I'm partial to credit unions. They're just a little. They're more for me consumer friendly. They usually have better rates, interest rates for loans, and interest rates for savings accounts. They're just a little. They're friendlier than banks are. Navy Federal Credit Union in particular has excellent customer service. So that's why I prefer
yeah. My
credit
mom
unions.
has been trying to get me on a credit union forever, forever, and I've been fighting them because I'm like, yeah, they're too ancient, they're too old, and I've been fighting with her on that.
They too ancient.
Yeah, because they're not zippy, they're not snazzy with it.
You mean like the technology? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, the technology. It's old, and so I'm listening to you with both ears. I'm trying to pay attention to why I should now get with this union that she's been trying to get me to go with for years. So, so what should I be doing now?
Well, all I could say is they've been good to me.
Okay.
They've been good to me. All right. So, okay. So we said payment history, right? Pay your bills on time. That's like the highest factor in making up your credit score. Another reason why you don't want to close out your credit card is because the next highest factor that impacts your score is how long you've had credit. So if you've had a credit card for 25 years, like my oldest credit card that I've had is 26 years. I opened it in 1999. Now, when I got that card down to 0 and I closed it, if I had closed it, I would have lost the value of that.
Wow.
Because the second highest impact on your credit score is how long you've had your credit.
That's something that all of us should know.
Yes.
Everyone should know that. The length of time of your credit is the most important, well, one of the most important things. But the length of time, that's critical, because if it goes out to here and then zeroes out and goes back to here, then you've lost that that thing.
Yeah, you lost, and I'll tell you, and I'm reading this, y'all, from the information in my account. If you have a credit card that's between 0 and 2 years, they consider that below average. So it's the amount that you would get towards your credit score is not going to be so high, right? 3 to 7 years is considered average. 8 to 24 years is considered good. And anything above 25 years is considered excellent.
25 years?
25 years. So this card that I just said, I opened in 1999. I've had it for 26 years. It is my oldest account.
Wow.
Now, how do I know that? It's telling me.
Right.
I didn't have to go dig around and find out when I opened up this account. Who got time for that?
But who got time to read this stuff? You read it. You wants to open account. Like, you read it.
We have to educate ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to educate ourselves.
Mm.
The third factor is credit usage. So we talked about this a little bit, right?
Yep.
You want to use your credit intelligently. So if you have a credit card, do your best to pay it off before the end of the month.
Before the end of the month.
Before the end of the month.
Because you can't do it immediately. You can't do it immediately. That's what tripped me up. I bought something and I was going to pay it off as soon as I got home. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me. So tell them about that. Tell them about that.
Yeah. So there's psychology behind credit, right?
Deep psychology.
Deep psychology. Right. And so credit card companies know if your intention is to pay off your credit and immediately, they're going to set up some barriers for you to do that. And so the longer they can delay you paying it, the more the higher the percentage becomes of you not paying it off. Because you forget.
Yeah.
Right? You
After
forget.
5 days. After
right.
5 days.
So I put it in my calendar.
Right.
I schedule it in my calendar to pay whatever that credit card is on that 5th day. Usually like around day 5 is I found is the magic day. It could be 2 days, it could be 3, I don't know. But for me, it's been around 5 days. So that's what I do. I just put it on my calendar as a reminder, and then I pay it off. Because what I would do if I didn't do that is spend the money.
Yes. And that's what they're counting on. That is what they are counting on. Let's be clear. That's what they're counting on.
They are counting on it. And the majority of people will do just that.
Yeah.
They will spend it.
Yeah.
Right? And then when the bill comes due, what are you doing? Paying the minimum.
Right.
And you want to pay more than a minimum. Even if it's just a couple of dollars more, you want to pay more than a minimum. Everyone's credit card bill will tell you how many years it will take for you to pay off your credit if you only pay the minimum. It could be something like 20 years. It will also tell you how long it would take if you paid something more. So it'll be some random number, and it'll say, if you pay $100, you'll pay this off in 3 years versus paying a minimum and not paying it off for 20 years. Mind you, your interest is still being accumulated on whatever your balance is, right? So that's important to remember. So we're talking about shifting behavior.
And so wait a minute now, because you're also talking about that space where the credit cards companies will tell you that you don't have to pay anything because you've already paid ahead of time. Like you've already paid more than the minimum, and then they'll send you a bill that says you owe zero money, right? Even though they're stacking on everything in the back, right?
That's a trick.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time that happened, and I didn't know all that I know now. I was so excited. I was acting like they had given me a gift.
Yes.
I don't have a credit card bill this month. I don't have to pay anything, but I still have a balance.
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. Now, just think about that. What sense does that make?
Yeah.
You still have a balance, and they're telling you don't have to pay anything. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
So what we do is we still pay.
Yeah.
Because you want that to go to the principal, not to, and that's what happens. People pay the minimum. It only goes to the interest. It doesn't impact the principal. So these are just little tricks, right? And so we have to be smart. And I was sharing with Sekou that should I share that story about the car and the car loan?
Yeah.
Or should we stick to this?
Let's go with the stories because the stories really get people involved.
Okay.
People involved. Right. They got me involved. I was like, what?
All right. So I'll try to keep the story short.
Yeah.
I was shopping for a new car, and my credit score was not good. Well, it was decent, but it's not what it is now.
Mhm.
And so I wind up paying a higher interest rate, 8%, y'all, for my car. And I knew that I did not want to pay 8%. I went
8%.
to
I'm just
8%.
saying it so people will remember it. 8%.
Yes, 8%. I went to Municipal Credit Union, and that's why I have two credit unions.
Yeah.
Because Navy Federal Credit Union for me is just a little bit more on point.
Okay.
Municipal Credit Union denied my loan. I was like, why? Yeah, they denied it. Municipal Credit Union was like, no.
Okay.
So I didn't think about, or I might not have had at the time that I bought the car, I might not have had Navy Federal Credit Union yet. I'm not sure. I don't think I did. So I went to Capital One. I got the loan from Capital One, and it was 8%. High. That is so high. So I worked on my credit score, got it to excellent, and went back to Capital One to refinance. You can always refinance a loan.
Right.
So know that.
And also know that you can find out what to do to improve your credit score. Because you said it's written right there, right? It's
yes.
Right there.
Yes. I mean, there's so much information on these apps. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. Thank you, Sekou. Mm-hmm. I went in to see what I needed to do to improve my credit score, and I did exactly what it said. Mm-hmm. Exactly what it said, and my credit score went up.
Up.
Like I did exactly what it said to do.
Right.
So now my credit score is I got an excellent credit score. I went back to Capital One to refinance the loan, and they said they don't refinance the car loans.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Like, that makes no sense.
No sense.
Right?
No sense.
And when I went back to read the agreement that I just signed on the dotted line, it said it right there in black and white.
Right.
You are locked into this rate. They do not refinance. Right?
Crazy.
I was like, that's crazy. So by this time,
could have been in the story right there. It could be in the story right there. Could be like, well, that's it, 8%. But you did not let that stop you.
No. So I was like, this cannot be, because I've heard of other people refinancing. Like, this cannot be. So I called Navy Federal Credit Union, and I told them the whole story. And this is why I said they have like excellent credit customer service. And they told me, okay, we'll just pay the loan and then you could refinance with us, in essence. So I was like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You pay the loan.
Yeah. I was in the car on Sunday like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah.
And so that's what they did. Navy Federal Credit Union wrote out a check to Capital One for the balance of the car. And there's a name for it. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because I had no idea.
And for those of you who might be looking for a way to shift your car loan, here it is.
Yes. So it's called a payoff. So it will tell you. And the only thing I did to find this out, I just went into the app, right? I went into the Navy Federal Credit Union app. I went make payment, and it'll say what my regular payment is, what it would cost for me to pay off the car today. Right? And then it'll tell me what my balance is. So what it costs for me to pay off the car today is different from what my balance is, which is also interesting to me.
Yeah.
But let me state one story.
Right.
So whatever that payoff number was, Navy Federal wrote a check to Capital One, and Capital One released me from the loan. Now, Navy Federal Credit Union gave me a loan for my car at less than 4%.
4%, 8%, 4%, 8%, 4%. That's all I'm saying.
The only thing that was different was my credit score.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? So I said to myself, okay, all this time you have been paying, let's say $400 a month.
Yes.
When it was at 8%.
Right.
Now it's at, let's say 4%.
Right.
And you only have to pay, let's just say half. Let's say 200.
200, right.
Right?
Now.
So,
now, exactly.
Ooh, I got an extra $200, right?
Right.
No.
No.
I said no. You've been paying $400 all this time. You continue to pay $400.
That's it.
Because you're going to pay off the loan quicker.
That's it.
If you continue to pay at that $400, because I was doing it. So
that's it.
So let's just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Now,
and every once in a while, you have an emergency where you have to cover it. You can cover it, but aside from that, you stick to your guns. $400 a month. $400 a month.
Yes.
$400 a month.
Yes. But what happened when Sekou was talking about they'll send you a bill that says 0? That's what Navy Federal Credit Union did. Because at some point, I didn't have a minimum payment to make because I had been paying more. So they sent me a bill that said I didn't owe anything for that month, but I still had a balance.
Right.
So I was like, no. I know this trick from the credit cards.
Right. Now, now you know that.
Now
trick,
I know the deal. So I'm still going to pay my $400.
Right.
So if I get a bill and it says 0 and I still got a balance, I still pay it.
Exactly.
Because the truth is, it ain't 0.
It ain't 0 until it's 0.
Until it's 0.
Until it's 0.
It ain't 0 till it's 0.
It ain't 0 till it's 0. We need a t-shirt. We need a t-shirt. What? Oh man, that story. It took me forever to understand this story. Kept asking her to repeat certain parts of it, but this is critical to you because you got to know that everything is adjustable. If you can improve your credit rating, you can make it more adjustments, right?
Yes, absolutely. And know this, that you're in the position of power with these credit card companies. So at the point that I got my credit cards down to 0, and on some of them I had a high interest rate, I called them and said, listen, we need to renegotiate this interest rate. I need a card that's more favorable because my credit score is better, right?
Okay. Here we are. Back to me. Now I'm going to call this card with the 0 balance and I'm going to say what to them?
You're going to say to them that you have been a loyal customer for 10 years.
Okay.
And you want to stay with them.
Okay.
However, and one of the things I do is I go online and I find like what their tagline is.
Okay.
Because I like to use their language back at them.
Right.
So I find out their tag. You got to do a little work. I find out their tagline, and somewhere along the line, I throw in that tagline. Right.
Okay.
So, but in essence, I want to stay with you. However, I need your support. I need a credit card with a lower interest rate. I need a credit card where I'm not paying an annual membership fee. That makes no sense to me. The other day, I was talking to somebody, they have an American Express card, and she was pissed off because she had to pay, I want to say it was like $650 annual fee.
What? Wow.
For the American Express card.
Wow.
I was like, you pay what? Yeah. Anyway, I was like, that's crazy, girl. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So yes, you have to talk to them, right? Talk to them. And I haven't had the experience where any of them has said, sorry, can't help you. I have not. Because they don't want to lose you as a customer.
Right. Okay.
And that's another reason why it's important to keep the card active. Because they want to see, they're going to look to see what your activity is.
We already over time. We got
Oh,
right into
man.
it. We got right into it too. We got right into it. So this is what I was saying. This is much bigger than a one episode thing. We got to do a big class. So let us get it together. Me and Fee and Mel, we're gonna get it together because you see the information, right? You see the information. Compelling stuff. Compelling stuff.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
thanks for Melissa. Thanks for being here. And remember that now is better than perfect.
Yes.
Ashe.